Why did you calling us niggas?
But the way y'all are doing this, I didn't direct you, man. What's going on? The way he blew his kiss at me, okay?
That's my brother.
Goodbye.
He could have been the one that got killed.
Goodbye. Took him 30 minutes to get here.
Don't worry, guys. Y'all live a sad life. Y'all live a sad fucking life. Alright. Come out with the gun.
Yeah, no, definitely. He called a nigger.
Who did?
The white folk over there.
Who did? Yo. Where?
What happened?
Who said that? Somebody on the side of the street?
Yeah, but we're not going to entertain them because at the end of the day, they could be carrying and then...
Good.
Yep.
It's not working.
Yep. It's not worth it. Come back when this is over.
I'm good. I don't act with emotion, bro. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Like, that's what I be telling you about this city. That's what I mean, bro. That's what we fighting for. That's why we out here right now.
Done.
You know what I mean?
From a different angle.
All these poor crackers don't even realize that they fucking know different. They don't give a fuck about them either.
He didn't have a weapon, did he?
He could.
Right.
I didn't see. I mean, it looked like there was his phone in his hand.
I think he had a phone in his hand, but I was just making sure there wasn't anything else that he...
I just got threatened. No, like one of the residents there. He was outside. He asked me. He goes, "Why y'all running?" I go, "Well, the police are violently arresting people." And he goes, "Good." I go, "So why do you feel that way?" And he goes, "Get out." And then he started saying shit to them, told them to do it. Yeah.
Next time, man, thanks for the if I have a stream going, just come and say nice. Thank you. Please.
Sorry?
Thanks for the stream. I've been watching the last couple nights.
Are you watching this live right now?
Yeah, I am.
That's kind of meta. There he is. He's on
the last 2 nights. I appreciate it.
That's a weird ass news to share moment. Holy shit!
Go back. I'll take a photo.
I mean, I grew up here, and I never imagined something in this small town. I thought we were united. You know, this is our neighbors, our classmates, our family. I mean, we're so integrated in who we marry now, and I mean, it's horrible that it's happened.
Do you agree with the police response?
Absolutely not. I think they've fallen into politics is what it's come down to. And I think it's a damn shame. I mean, they're supposed to be our family too, and you know they chose their side. It's unfortunate.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. So the conversation I just had was with someone who was actually watching the live stream on his phone that you're watching right now. So that was a very meta interview.
Something's happening at Wendy's.
Are we going the right direction to get there?
Yeah.
All right.
I just watch cars and shit like that because I don't trust.
I can't even post the footage from the days before because that shit is so triggering. Like, but I appreciate it. At the end of the day, even if you're watching online, even if you're not here with us, physically, you're still with us. And vicarious trauma is real too. Like a lot of people can't keep coming out here because that's how traumatized they are.
Nothing. I figured it out.
It is not easy, but it's also not easy. Vigil after vigil. They said this way? Oh, okay.
How are we gonna get back to the car?
I think after it died down with the one.
Yo.
What's the guy with the without?
They said she did away. I don't know.
Are you able to pull up on your phone how far that Wendy's is? I feel like we should just get there rather than...
Yeah, they heard. Everybody heard already. Everybody. They said it themselves.
Yo.
Yeah, everybody's meeting at
I see you, man.
Wendy's. Okay.
Wendy's.
All right.
Yeah, this is cool. Yo, Adam, over here. I'm going there too.
All right. How far is Wendy's?
We're not that far.
Okay.
All right, we're following you.
How you doing?
Good to see you, buddy. That was so crazy that I just interviewed a guy who was watching the live stream while. Like,
Oh yeah.
That was hilarious. He's like, "Yo, man, thanks for being here." I'm like, "Are you watching my shit right now?" All right. So to the people who are watching, we got caught back a little bit closer to where the original action was going on, while I think the majority of people kind of moved forward and are apparently at a Wendy's. So I don't actually know the area that well, but some local folks, as well as some non-local ones, are heading in that direction now. So bear with me as we try to get to where the action is continuing. What do you think of what's going on? Damn, that's 2 in a row.
Okay, well,
That's love.
so I'm 17
Oh,
and I'm biracial.
yeah.
Hold on, let me turn this down. And I'm biracial, so like I have a young perspective of both things. And I just want to say I love that you're broadcasting this because obviously, like, me and my family don't want to get hurt out there.
Yeah.
So we want to be out there right now, but we just can't. And really, it's really heartbreaking when, especially when you grow up here and you don't think anything like this could ever happen, and not in your own backyard at least. Like, you know, we see it all around the country, and it's just, it hurts on a different level to see it in your own town. You know what I'm saying?
What's your name, love?
Tiana Haskett is my
Tiana,
name.
can I ask you, can you tell us something about the neighborhood?
Well, it's a little bit of both races here. They Trump supporters. Yeah, but it's a good mix of both people here. But it is, I'd say it's more white people, but they're not too harsh or anything. They don't say anything mad disrespectful or nothing. But it's just crazy watching this happen right before your eyes. But I'm just so thankful that y'all are here to spread our story and get this out around the world, because people need to know what's going on here. This can't get swept under the rug, and it will not. Because as long as there are young people like me and like y'all to keep spreading the word, it's not going down like this. We will get justice for Andrew Brown. I know my hair's looking crazy.
Why?
But we will get justice for Andrew Brown. Because if we won't, who will? And when will it happen? Because we're not waiting any longer. Because what are my kids going to do? What are your kids going to do? What world are we raising these people in? How else? And then it's the fact that literally I've been saying this, bro. If they didn't throw this curfew, none of this would have ever been happening. You got to think about it. Before this curfew, all the protesters were getting home before 9 o'clock anyway. And I don't care what nobody says, bro. These racist people in the comments can say whatever they want. Tell me some MLK wouldn't have wanted this. MLK would have been tired of this by now. Come on now. And if you want to speak about MLK, this is what he preached about. This is peaceful protest. Nothing has been violent. All these people who are getting arrested are going willingly. So all you people that got something to say can really turn around and go back home. Because really, you don't have to deal with it. You don't understand because you don't have to
That's
deal
your
with
mom
it.
right
You
there?
never will.
Oh, you have a beautiful, young, smart, intelligent daughter.
She makes me very proud.
Yeah, you should be really proud.
That's awesome.
Very loving daughter. Yeah, the dad is right here.
Man, got the whole family.
Join the party right here. Oh, he bringing water too, yo. Look at this, bro.
We've been seeing
Yo, look at this, yo. That's mad love right here, bro. That's mad love right here, bro.
Thank you so much, brother.
That's mad love.
Thank y'all so much for your
Thanks for talking to us. Keep watching.
Listen, the
Thanks a
people
lot.
on the live,
Much
they're like,
love.
you look good, you a dime, please.
All right.
Listen,
Thank y'all.
you are amazing. Thank you so much. Please make it home. Please.
Holy crap, that was 2 in a row of that. That's amazing. That's absolutely incredible. So that was another person. She was just like, I'm watching your stream. I'm watching your stream. She came outside to say it as we were passing the house.
Just in the other corner called
Wow.
the N-word.
Yeah.
And around the street corner, we got this.
That's actually, I mean, that's a sort of serious point to learn from it. Is like there's some people who are absolutely like one side, and then some people who are just the absolute polar opposite. Is it still the way to the? Yeah.
Share.
Yep.
Got it.
Again, we've had a couple of things that have caused us to pause a little bit, but they've all been worth it to pause for. But that's why we're catching up with what's going on.
Right now we're going to rendezvousing. How was the flight down? I made it. I made it. Thank you, cousin. I don't know how I was thinking when I was 17. Like,
Still going straight.
yeah, I think so. We gotta get some news. You know where it is, right? Yeah. Oh, right. We got.
That's why I didn't leave y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. What's up, man? No, I don't think so.
Again, to the people watching, there's sort of a rendezvous point, apparently, that's a little bit further off, and we've kind of paused several times, myself and the other handful of journalists, etc., that are kind of around me. So that's why we're trying to head there, but not with the action at this exact moment. Oh, it's a turn.
Seldom. Yeah, we didn't leave anybody behind. We made sure everybody's with us. And literally, yeah, it's not gonna even make sure we didn't leave anybody behind. I gotta follow you, bro.
Yeah.
You're famous, right? Yo, tell your channel quickly.
So my outlet's called News to Share. My name is Ford Fisher.
Say your channel again?
So it's News to Share. It says it on the hat. News, the number to share. So it's that on YouTube and Facebook, and then at Ford Fisher on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I'm live on all three of those right now.
That's the famous guy, yo.
Not that famous. It's not about me. It's just trying to live feeds of the movements that make a difference in America.
Drove by shouting they were on Ford's feet. Was that two?
Sorry?
Was that two watching you?
That was two in a row
Two in
crossing
like 5
over.
minutes?
That doesn't happen very often.
No.
Certainly not like people just like at their homes. Like I've had that at like rallies sometimes, like like events where everybody's together for one thing, but like not passing by someone's house. They come out on their porch.
Right.
That was
Right. That's like
that's new.
unprecedented.
Yeah.
That's a new one, huh?
Stranger than fiction. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. No, but we're headed there. How far? That's Booty's photography. That's a new one, huh? Check him out on Instagram. Brad, you could maybe type it into the feed here and find it. Pretty, he's got really distinctive photography, kind of like if you listen to Jimi Hendrix play guitar, this might be a bit of a stretch, but you know who that is playing. Like if I see a picture that he took, I know it's him. Like, just like you said, but I agree wholeheartedly. Let me you want out of my shot?
Huh?
You want me to keep you out of my shot?
I don't care either way whatsoever. I'm just keeping my eye on the one person who actually knows, like, how to get there.
We're going.
We staying straight?
We can turn here. But let's go this way.
This way?
Yeah,
Right.
just in case they move.
Again, we're trying to link back up with the rest of the protesters who ended up somewhere else. Watch y'all's back.
The curfew is more about compliance than anything. It's about show of force. All right.
Somebody's got to make sure.
So we're still going in the direction of the people at this location that we knew they were in 20 minutes ago.
All by myself.
And again, we are still heading toward trying to get to where people are at, basically. So again, bear with me. By my count, I think I only actually saw 2 arrests sort of successfully made. Or no, I'm sorry, I take that back. There were 2 arrests of people on foot successfully made. And then when the police pushed forward earlier on, they also forced some number of people out of a car. I believe there was a passenger and a driver, and I couldn't tell if people were in the back seat or not when the police forced them to clear it. So I guess at least 4 people arrested so far. But there also could be arrests happening where we are not actually at yet. So in that sense, I guess it's really impossible to count.
Skippy peanut butter.
Oh.
Good to have you. I mean, I was raised on shit, but that's because of advertising.
the bus is going that way. So I guess they're highly confused.
Well, actually,
I love it.
they're probably meeting at the armory.
At the armory?
The armory is right here.
Oh, yeah, the armory.
That's where they've been practicing and gathering.
Oh.
Let's not ask, yo. Let's not
Okay. So, what's the plan? What's the plan? Go back over to the administrative building? We might as well. I mean, we might as well. Yeah. What?
Everybody dispersed.
Yeah, so we can go back over there. Because the police ain't there.
They think everybody up.
What?
The police is still there.
Okay. But is it Elizabeth City Police or the bitches in the uniform?
The same that we saw before. They're all still over there. They block us until we out, but they
My car over there.
we have a car.
We gotta go there so we can go there regardless.
Alright. What are y'all, where y'all stay? All of y'all, especially that's underage. Y'all stay in this area over here? Okay, we gonna go ahead and walk over here too. Okay? Yeah! Alright, let's do this. Cause we done fucking well. I mean, they're highly, they think we're normal. But then they're walking through, they're driving through here.
We gotta walk as long as we gotta stop our
This is a fun way for the last night here. Yeah. Sorry?
Zero last night?
I think I will go to South Carolina. Like this one. You're welcome to interact with me if you want. I know you and
Yeah, I know.
They'll be on the air now. So they can over to.
just sharing a rental car.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna come out here and drive.
So I mean, if one of you took the car back and one of you
Andrew Brown! 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 Andrew Brown!
Andrew Brown.
Turn it up, 12!
12.
Y'all stay so we can get this going.
Oh shit, what? No! We should have stayed at Cookout here. We should go back to Cookout. Why? Because if they box us in right here, look, they're coming from every direction. We should go right here to fucking Cookout.
Stay where you are. You're under arrest.
Stay where you are.
Y'all were walking with that group.
No, we're trying to.
We immediately will let you walk in our car. That's it. You want to see our dance? Go in our car.
Hold on.
Yo, could y'all take care of the dog over there? The dog.
Little dog. We're walking around. You understand where I'm coming from? No, I don't. Why is the press threatened with arrest? No,
We've been threatened the whole night. We've been threatened the whole night.
Okay. You can understand where we're coming from, though, right?
I don't. That's why we're asking you right now. We're literally standing asking you.
All right. You see all the dirt bikes and ATVs running all around that thing all night long? See that? There's a safe social right there, okay?
What's the safety issue? What's the
Y'all
safety
need to
issue?
leave,
With
and you'll
the
need to
ATVs
leave now.
and
They're
all
in
that?
Can we walk?
Dirt bikes and stuff like that?
Because you said you were not letting you weren't making
You're
that.
now going to start arresting press. Y'all need to leave.
Okay.
All the other stuff, fixing safety.
Of where?
What's the other stuff? That's what we asked them, right?
Dirt bikes, ATVs, all that stuff.
Did y'all get the dog? I don't want him to be ran over.
I don't see anybody here making any
Here. I understand. I'm saying. Press live TV.
But there was an energy that came out that made it unsafe. Okay.
Yeah, no
Several days there.
Okay. All right. Julio, okay, we're done. Yes. Y'all will be subject to whatever else y'all need to leave. Now, y'all need to leave.
They're just having a conversation with him.
Go ahead.
What's your name, sir?
Standing having a conversation with them.
Just your name.
That's all we do.
We're leaving. Let your name.
We're on air now. Tim.
John, check for you home. Our car's over there.
Right.
Don't fuck with you.
Yeah, we'll see if we get through. Thank
Okay.
The mayor and the governor exempt media members from that. That's our job.
Right.
Okay.
You need to leave. You need to leave, sweetheart.
Yeah, I still gotta get out of here, man. Alright, I gotta go.
Actually, like Noble Bay around.
Right.
Stopped by how many times? Like 5 or 6 cars. They were just threatening to arrest them.
There's like 6 cars there now, yeah.
Threatening. We kept on calling their bluffs.
So anyway, as you hear him saying, basically the
A car. Yes.
my car is actually parked like right next to the police station with where this all started.
Alright, well, let's go back
Did-
there.
I'm sorry.
Gotta go home.
Right. So would it? I don't know the area well. Would it be easier to go to the police station and get my car, or Comfort Inn just on foot? Do you know?
I mean, you can go get your car. Get your car. You can go to
If I walk to the police station, like no one's gonna like block me. Is that's the direction of it?
Yep.
I literally have no idea.
So you're gonna walk towards South Road.
Road Street.
Road Street. When you get to Road Street, you take a left. Then you
That
go
way,
all the way
left.
down to Main Street, take a right.
That way, left, right. Okay. All right. So I guess I'm walking back in that direction per the instructions of that cop in order to find my rental vehicle.
What's up? Yeah, there was the one.
They just directed me to go this way. I'm parked at the police station. Okay. The officer just told me to. This is the way to do that.
I don't know, somewhere.
I didn't say anything. I honestly have no idea. So
You gotta get there?
he said it's left and then right and then left and then right after. Yeah.
All right, yeah, go straight.
Is it-
No, this is it. No more warnings for you.
No more warnings.
Hey, Jack, we're gonna chat back here.
You know what street you parked on?
It's basically right near the police station. The instruction you just gave me is that it's forward and then left, and then on Main it's right. Do you know how much more forward I go before I go left?
There's a
lot.
there's a
Okay.
smoke shop.
A smoke shop.
Yeah, you take a left right there on Martin Luther King.
Okay.
You just take you to the police station. Okay?
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
8 to 10 blocks that way.
Yeah.
So it's like a mile ahead. All right. I understand. Thank you. Are you parked around there also? Slash, do you need a ride?
I would like to ride, yeah.
All right. I'll drive everywhere you gotta go.
I gotta rent a car.
I think once we get away from the blue flashing lights, I'm going to kill my live stream, but I just want to make sure that I'm not live if there's any surprises. You know what I mean. Not breaking my live if there's any surprises.
Oh, gotcha. I'm still live.
Yeah, same. So this has been an evening so far. Someone's honking, but fuck it. So the police gave, basically it was just a pack of press, and there was a couple of protesters who we basically found, and as soon as we found them, the police converged on the whole group, and pretty much the protesters just ran, whereas the press kind of stayed and was confronting the police, who were confronting them about, like, oh, you're violating curfew, what have you. So there was some back and forth on that. Shout out John Farina for really holding his ground there. But anyway, when I apparently just started.
What was that? Yeah, they're just.
They're badgering people who are about curfew.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're
Threatening to.
Threatening to. Yeah. So anyway, so they were just like, you have to just leave. And so I went one way, and then one guy's like, where's your car? And I explained, oh, it's basically at the police station where it started, and he tells me to go, it's actually the other way. So now I'm trying to walk that way. Apparently I've got about a mile walk ahead of me. So I just want to stay alive a little bit longer in case there's any kind of issues, but otherwise I think I pretty much have to just get back to my stuff. It's a car with Acumen is putting their fist out of the car. I'm not going to film it while I'm live here, but this has been a really interesting evening. I guess just sort of on a personal note, I think it's really fascinating to me to see people in real life who were in the community, who were watching my live stream as I went by them. I think more than any of the action and what have you that I saw tonight, I think that was actually kind of uniquely impactful for me. Certainly like validating to the work that I actually do, right? So anyway, still pushing forward. It's going to take probably a while to get back, but I guess I'll just give kind of a wrap-up summary now. At this point, I'll certainly film it if there ends up being any kind of other police or protester interaction, but I don't think anything more is going to happen, or at least that I'm going to find. But to summarize my experience here in Elizabeth City, both last night and tonight, protesters didn't engage in really any property destruction, violence, or anything like that. It was purely about enforcement of the curfew that police pushed forward in riot gear and so forth, and made some arrests of people who they could basically put their hands on, but they also didn't want to break too far past their line. So they arrest the people who were, fairly close to the police line. And so I think I counted a total of like maybe 4 confirmed arrests tonight. And there certainly might have been more because of how scattered the whole thing got by the end of it. But it's hard to say. So, of course, the actual reason that this is all happening is still important and worth mentioning, which is that, the shooting of Andrew Brown occurred a little more than a week ago, and police reportedly shot a guy 5 times while his hands were on the wheel of his car, and the 5th round was apparently in the back of his head, killing him. And so 2 days ago, the judge here said that the body cam footage would not be released to the public until there was a decision not to charge the officers, or until, if they are charged, the trial happens. And so with that, people are frustrated, people are demanding that the footage be released, that the officers be charged, and in anticipation of a violent reaction based on the severity of the video, they declared an unlawful assembly. I'm sorry, not an unlawful, my bad, I'm tired. A state of emergency, which came with the curfew and therefore the ability to arrest people for the curfew. No such rioting or violence or anything actually did happen, but nonetheless, the police had the powers to basically push back on crowds just because there is a curfew. So that's pretty much what led up to everything you saw if you were watching my lives last night and tonight. And so with that, like, share, subscribe to the News to Share Facebook and YouTube, and at Ford Fisher on Twitter. I also have Patreon, patreon.com/FordFisher. The account is called News to Share, and so reach out anytime if anybody has any questions, that sort of thing. I apologize I'm not able to see the comments while I'm live, so if anybody has any questions, feel free to message me. I'm pretty accessible on all of those platforms. Thank you for watching. I will have HD video up tonight, and I'll go live or post additional video if anything else does happen. Thank you, everybody.
Face. After spitting in her face, he continued to kick her. After kicking her once, he didn't learn from his mistake the first time and tried to kick her 2 more times. At that point, we were able to intervene, restrain him, and get the police involved, regretfully.
All right, so that was me playing football. Oh, do a kickflip. Unless you don't know how, then please don't try. I don't know. It's honest work.
I think it's time for me to get some water. Playing football for like 10 minutes really took it out of me. That's basically like 1/4 of action. 2/4 if it's a slow game.
Hang out here for a little bit?
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Alright.
You probably drive a white van with windows all covered, don't you?
White van?
Yeah. Yeah, you look like you probably drive a van with all the windows covered.
I'm gonna ask that you don't go up to the subject.
Public space. Public space. It's okay, I already got a video of him when his best friend assaulted somebody or his partner. That's fine, I don't care. I did nothing but defend a woman.
Oh, there's that liar. The bar the entire time. I saw you walking in the bar.
Hi, ladies. Unfortunately, there was just one of these guys who assaulted a woman. Yeah, that guy that's in the suit there on the right, the black pants, his partner just spit on a woman and started kicking her just now. And the cops here think that the woman is the person who caused the problem, yet this dude just spit on a girl, kicked her multiple times, and the cops are holding everybody but the guy who spit on her and kicked her accountable right now. So if you guys have ever needed a reason to not like them, that's probably the best one right there.
Sir.
Oh, sure thing.
Can you walk through, sir? Photographing.
I can. Public space? Public space. Public space. If you have a problem with me, arrest me.
We've walked through the investigation multiple times after we've asked you to move already.
You can hold your investigation anywhere else other than a public space. And if you hold, it is a public space. Exactly. So you have acknowledged it as a public space.
Right.
So you can't tell me to go anywhere.
You can't be there in the immediate area. You can record outside of it.
Can you read me the policy? Read me the code that says that I am not allowed to stand here.
Penal Code 148.
Okay.
Okay. And it's obstructing and interfering with an investigation.
Am I obstructing or interfering?
By putting yourself in here while we're trying to do an
I see the photographer taking a picture with no problem. The photographer does not appear to be impacted in any way by my presence. So when the photographer...
Yes, correct.
Yeah, so when the photographer is impacted by my presence, sure, I will move. Until then, fuck both of you. You're a really bad shield because I was able to get multiple pictures of him while you stood there doing nothing. That's fine if you get a picture of me. Everybody already knows who I am. I don't care. I did nothing wrong. I defended a woman.
Are you going to touch me now? Yeah.
You're the person standing up for someone who assaulted a woman. Are you proud?
Oh, do I? Beauty, nothing. Really?
Watch out.
Are you going to protect me from her? Are you going to protect me from her? But you're not telling her to stop instigating, you're telling me to stop instigating. What was really she came here. I was here, she came here. I was
was here, and she came to me, so you're telling me.
So this is the partner of the person who just assaulted somebody. This person assaulted a woman of color, or this person's partner assaulted and spit on a woman of color. The police are defending him.
You turned on that woman of color. Yeah. That white woman approached her. I was standing here first, and that white woman came up and said shit to me.
Are we good here?
Yeah. Are you good? Are you good there, little token?
Are you good here?
Are you good there, little token?
When you take off that uniform, you know they'll shoot you in the back too,
Are you gonna arrest your own parents for whatever?
Right.
Yes. Officer here thinks he's doxing me by continuously trying to use my name, say my phone number and my address here out loud. Little does he know that I've already placed myself as a public person in all my info, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Anyway, so here's your ID. Just give me the case number, and then if you can send that video to this email address, it's just my business.
We got 11
Or
minutes.
work email.
Okay.
So it's just my first name as you see here at coastmesaca.gov.
Okay.
Now we can have
Now, at this point, for my interest and the interest of the community's protection, has this individual been charged with anything, or is he being
we
just...
don't charge.
So, like I understand already, we're going to take into account all the statements and all the video and everything that everyone has provided. They're going to look into it. The decision will not be made tonight.
You guys do understand that's why the police is a fucking joke, right? A man very clearly spit on a woman and kicked her unprompted. And you motherfuckers want to say...
3 men jumped her.
That... So again, I just want to better understand why the man who assaulted someone, very clearly with video evidence, how I have 4 officers here who all believe, you're an idiot, I already got your name, walk away, it doesn't fucking matter, stupid motherfuck. But all these 4 here don't seem to think that there is a reason to press charges and arrest the man who spit on a woman and kicked her. And then we've got a public servant here who believes he's not a public servant. You can walk away all you want. I'm going to just walk circles around you because you're not going to arrest me. So Grimmond here has been doing everything he can to tell me he is not going to share his name, that he is not going to share his badge number, that he does not want me to know who he is, because he is the commanding officer on the evening that a woman was spit on, kicked, and then defended. And then this piece of shit chose to step on my foot on purpose. You guys saw his face. He thought he was going to trip me. He just stepped on my foot as I was walking backwards, thinking that he was going to trip me. Little does he know that I know cops are dirty pieces of shit who try to assault the public. So I stopped the moment he stepped on my foot, while he tried to make me fall while I was walking backwards. Grimmond is an absolute piece of shit who just tried to trip me as I was walking backwards. Again, that is Officer Grimmond of the Costa Mesa Police Department, who stepped on my foot, looked me square in the eyes, and fucking smirked as I was walking backwards. The same guy who tried to hide his identity this entire time.
Let's get home. We got soccer practice in the morning.
If we can. Soccer practice in the morning.
Ah,
I don't care what you have to do.
The football.
There you go.
And we got the World Cup tomorrow. All right, y'all, come on.
But nothing productive's happening right now.
We're not the ones. You guys got your piece.
But you are, because you're not pressing charges. So you are the problem.
You guys are pressing charges.
We're not pressing charges?
You are. You guys are pressing charges. It's all.
And you're not calling it like it is.
I didn't, because I didn't get the statement, remember?
You're saying you need to review the evidence that you've already seen.
You already saw it.
You stupid motherfuck.
What do they call it at home? Working at home. Y'all do it? Y'all like to jump women too? All right. Over here. 40% of the force abuse their own families. Over here. All right, right here. Come on. Let's go, Antifa World Cup players. Now we got it, Mama. Mama bear. All right, we got this. Let's go.
right, y'all. I'm gonna sign off for just a few minutes here. We'll post the video of the piece of crap who made the assault, and hopefully you guys can share that image of this guy and ID who he is. This guy can't have a job after spitting and kicking a woman. So those images will be shared shortly. Please ID this piece of shit and do what the community is supposed to do. Good. Thank you guys for signing.
Read their names, and then I made a joke about how Fritz or Ferris was a really big puppy, and I'm surprised that the mother didn't die giving birth to Ferris. Okay, you went.
And I was like, all right, well, you don't know if anyone gave us permission to be on their private property. But those gentlemen I talked to at the end of the night when I was just walking by, that's where they live. So at one point I was like, well, they stopped right there, though. That's where the police line stopped, because I was just going to stand in their yard and just ask them if they were okay with it. And we'd be okay. So activists had CJ's back tonight in case he got arrested. But yet some people... Yeah, Davina Mallory, that's an interesting point. I think that, like I said, we see too much generalizing of people that are out as activists and protesting. And a lot of that's because we've got groups that have gone out and been wildly destructive and violent. And all that's done is made it so incredibly hard for these types of situations that are very peaceful, organized, and permitted to not have such a negative stigma laid on them, And I'm hoping that as we continue to do what we do, and as I'm able to travel the country and show you what's going on, that we're able to see more of the truth behind what major media is showcasing and what we've seen in a lot of the major cities with a lot of the like the violent and destructive protests that we see there.
Right, Andrew Brown.
When did you give it to me?
Give it to me. I give it to you. No, 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 no. Give it to me. Hey. Yo, Gabe. Yo. I can see you.
Best Western.
Yes, haha. Yes, haha. It's called what? Haha.
Yeah, he got 3 of them hoes fucking parked in front of our shit, 3 of them big cars.
I don't know why, bro. Longest light I ever saw there.
And I don't even like saying sides. In any walk of life, we spend a lot of time this last year giving people titles, right? We spent a lot of time this last year giving people some kind of operational umbrella that we can put them under so we know how to deal with them. My own mother, I had to spend a lot of time trying to coach my mother up and tell her that not every protest is a riot, because she would just say, be careful with those riots. Be careful with those riots. My mom, it's just a march. It's just a march. This is back in Seattle. And for her, everything was going to go violent. Everything for her. And I think it's just what she's seen, what she's grown up in, what she's experienced. So that being said, we've generalized people. You hear terms like patriot, and immediately people assume that you're a racist. You hear terms like Antifa, and immediately you assume that anybody that affiliates himself as an anti-fascist or Antifa is going to be a destructive, violent human being, and that's not true. Neither one of those is true. We can't generalize people based off of a title that we choose to give them. The conversation needs to happen when you act them. Because for me, I'm a very patriotic anti-fascist. Like I said earlier, let that be the paradox. Let people be confused about that one. You know what I mean? Love you too, Monica. You and the whole Anderson crew. Love your whole family. You guys are amazing. Big shout out to the Anderson squad. That's family. What? But we've spent so much time doing that, and so it sucks because people come to me like, well, you're a patriot, right? And I can't even accept that title because then everybody will want to deal with me accordingly. Like, oh, now we know how to generalize you, and we're going to go ahead and handle you the way we feel you need to be handled. And I don't like being handled, y'all. I do not like being handled. I'm going to go ahead and do me the best way I can do me. So it's not for anyone else to define you. You know what I mean? So, and I know we have most people in here get that, you guys. Most people. I mean, we had up like 1,500 people on we probably had close to 2,000 people tonight watching. And I hope that the general grouping of people get that, they get it, like, and they want to see what's happening, and they don't want to have someone tell them what's happening. They don't want to have somebody like diagnose this group. Like, I guarantee you, if there was no one else recording these situations, that the major media, and I don't want to put it all in major media, the general consensus would be that this was a riotous crowd that was out here causing chaos in the city of Elizabeth, which is, again, not Elizabethtown. I got that so confused earlier. But it's not that, and in a lot of places it's not that, So Pamela says, I like being handled. Okay, then. Stay tuned. But, yeah. So, we just got to keep pushing, guys, pushing towards understanding and having conversations and educating ourselves openly, though, organically moving towards change and moving, towards progress. It's not going to happen overnight. We're going to have to keep working on it. But we're doing good. I feel personally like things like today, no violence. I mean, even in what we've seen over the last year, this I feel went really well. What happened in Minneapolis, verdict day, we're seeing progress. There was no riots. There was nothing like what we saw during the uprising, like where there was, there was city burning, And so it's a beautiful thing for me to see that people are opening their eyes to the inclusive nature of how we should operate, and that's how I would describe a lot of these places that I've been lately, is inclusive. The people of like Minneapolis.
And whoever those persons have been reinstated here in this facility that killed Martin Scott III. We also got a chance that we want Sheriff Skinner to resign because Martin Scott III died in this facility. And he has not been charged.
Yes, this is outside of the county jail.
There has not been any type of help to the family. We actually reinstated an officer that had part in murdering Martin Scott III.
She said one of the officers that murdered Marvin Scott has been reinstated. No, you're good.
And we want to resign. So he's not fit to oversee what's going on in detention facilities as we can see. So we want someone in there who does know what they're doing and who is transparent. Or we want all of them, I want all of them to quit all their jobs because we don't need them. And they don't do anything to help the community. They should stop funding the police and fund the community and fund mental health, fund healthcare, fund housing, fund education, and fund...
Yes, Joshua, it's all about freedom.
And all this other stuff is crime, actually, getting help and prevented. They don't do that.
Yes, it could have been prevented if you don't arrest someone for less than 3 ounces of marijuana.
So, yeah.
Or you legalize it.
We want the 8 murderers to be arrested. We want funding for healthcare, mental health. We want them to make sure that this never happens to another person again in this facility. So we want oversight. That's for sure there. And we definitely want all the people who are retired now to get paid and get their jobs back. We want more support toward the family as far as the government to make sure that if a person dies in their facility that they are held accountable to the max. We're not putting them on paid leave. Instead, we're creating a family that, suffer from that loss. Their detention officers murdering them. So that money should go to the family instead of them going on paid leave. If you know your cop is doing something bad and you don't say anything about it, you're just as guilty. So like we say, if you stand by and watch, you're a bad cop. You're a bad cop, but you're just as guilty. And so you need to be held accountable as well. But all that will go away and be abolished soon enough when they fund the community and fund healthcare, and we're going to show them until they do.
There you have it.
And my kids, and
All right, there y'all have it.
We gonna do
You know what? A quick question, y'all. Let me engage you real quick. Let me hear what you're thinking. So when officers are found guilty of like murder or unintentional homicide or whatever the case is, should half of their pension be taken? Should half of their money be taken to make examples? Should they give half? Not all, because they did work for it before then, but should half of the money go to the families? Do you think that will, type yes if you think that will stop a lot of the brutality and killings? Or do you think that's a bad idea? Let us know. Let us know what you're thinking. These are the names of the jailers. Thank you, Rosa. Thank you for letting us know what you thought. Rosa Gomez, we appreciate your participation. Thank you, Nikki Ross. Lynn, at least half, yes. Beautiful. Thank you all for letting us know.
I play Ridley as a main, and then I think Incineroar would be my secondary.
Been very supportive. We have folks that jump in that are maybe not so great, but Kaylee, thank you for that. I'll take a look at the citronella oil. But either way, I'm gonna work on doing more of an Andrew goodbye because he's gonna. I'm done. But you guys are amazing, but like I said, please consider becoming a supporter. There's a link for that right there pinned on Facebook. It would mean a lot to me, and it would definitely help us moving forward to forward plan where we can go, what we can do. Give us more time to really immerse ourselves in the community that we're going to be covering the stories in, because we'll be able to do it more than just last minute travel. So thank you guys for tuning in, for sharing the stream, and for all the support, the contributions you made. Twitch, you guys over there, thank you for being so badass. The hype trains, again, so cool. YouTube, the super chats. I didn't get a chance to see that because I had to do it through a different channel, but I'm definitely going to make it a point to go back, send some shout outs to you folks for being supportive and for the contributions and donations. Thank you very much. These travels are not cheap, but I want to give shout outs to people that support the stream, other media sources, like I said, that you guys can definitely check out to find different vantage points, different viewpoints, and different takes. PT News is another source that has a couple different people that are operating off there with varying viewpoints, and we may not agree on everything, but we can agree on the fact that there's an opportunity to source your information from different places, and I encourage anybody to do that. So shout outs to the streamers that are out there that are doing it, and that are on the grind, be it hardcore any one side, doesn't matter, but if you're out there showcasing what's going on, again, you guys can always turn off the comments and the volume, so all you're watching is what's happening through the lens of a camera. We're never going to do that, right? Because we're all morbid and we all want to hear what someone has to say and listen to those silent conversations, the conversations in the corners. But you don't have to. And again, if the comments in my chat are getting a little bit sideways, just slide to the left or slide to the right, whichever way you go. Slide to the right, turn them off. You know what I mean? And just spend some time hearing what's happening in the streets and watching it for yourself. You don't have to look. You don't have to listen to what other people say or read what other people have to say if it's not going to be something you want to store up in your lexicon of experiences for the evening. So thank you again, guys, and I'm done. I'm going to tune out because I got to go get some sleep and some food because I'm both tired and exhausted and hungry. So I love you guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So tune in. I'm going to be having this.
See if I can find it.
Yeah, she was wearing it without issue for 2 weeks before someone complained. And BLM is not a terrorist organization, but you know what is? QAnon, 3%ers, Patriot Front, pretty much every right-wing fringe group. Where is Sean? Sean is at home. Sean has only been to 2 protests.
And I'm proud of him for going to those 2 protests, but that's not who he is. But yeah, we got fucking chalk writing on everything right now. Play me in Smash. I mean, I could fucking body you at any time. I deserved better. I loved my family just like you. I had goals and dreams. You took everything from me. There is no rewind, no undo, no oops. My life mattered. You'd take me out and Smash? I don't know about that. Plus, there's like... I don't know who the fuck Mac Jones is.
It might be Plano though. If it's Plano, we were watching the Frisco.
Oh, well, we weren't trying to put him in a bad spot, so if you're trying to be facetious, to be like, oh yeah, you're really fucking...
I think it's a private group.
Yeah, what you do? Yeah, good. Okay, so Sunday at 1 p.m. The border line between Plano and Frisco is Chick-fil-A at 121 and Preston Road. Chick-fil-A will be closed on Sunday. We'll park in the Chick-fil-A parking lot. Also wait outside and walk to Frisco.
Okay. Yes. 2 for 1. Yeah. So y'all see, did y'all hear the location for Sunday? Okay, so y'all, they said the details will be on the Facebook page. 1 p.m. Sunday. 121 in Preston. At 121 in Preston, they're going to all park at the Chick-fil-A. It's a lot of young people. It's a lot of young people. They've got the strength to help make a difference, young people.
It's not Ohio, it's what is that? It's 121 in Custer.
All right, y'all, we're going to be tuning out. Oh, so Jordan. Hey, doggies for Marvin Scott the third.
I want to do something different tonight. Can I get everybody's attention?
I'm going to get ready to tune out. Is there anything you want to say goodbye?
I'm about to get ready to leave.
No, not right now.
Hello?
Say goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, see you Sunday.
See you Sunday.
All right, y'all. Shanita, tuning out.
Sister Renee. Okay. I'm serious. This is coming from the heart. I'm genuinely thanking y'all. And I built a family here. I moved to Texas by myself. I'm here by myself. And I'm building a family. Like, under sad circumstances. But I'm thankful and I'm honored to know the Scott family. When I first laid my eyes on you, Lysandra, was at the lake. And I saw you. I was like, wow.